Well, look, Neil, initially the U.S. Pacific Command said all three of these missiles launched by North Korea Saturday failed, but now they say two of those three short-range ballistic missiles fired launched successfully, and the failed missile blew up almost immediately at launch. Now, the two missiles that they flew about 155 miles, landing in the Sea of Japan. They did not pose a threat to North America or to Guam, which you remember North Korea warned it would fire missiles towards. Now, the missile test is the first since July, and it comes amid an annual joint military exercise between the United States and South Korea. Experts say this launch could be a response to the ongoing 10-day military exercise, which began Monday. And this exercise, well, it angers North Korea because they believe it to be an invasion rehearsal. The U.S. says it's just defensive. Now, today, North Korea state television also showed Kim Jong-un at what appeared to be a military drill today, practicing amphibious landings and parachuting drills. Saturday's test is in defiance of President Trump, who warned about 3 weeks ago that he would unleash fire and fury if North Korea continued its threats. Now, the White House says they are monitoring the situation. The latest launch is also the first since the United Nations Security Council voted unanimously to impose strict new sanctions on Pyongyang in response to launching those two intercontinental ballistic missiles last month. Now, the new sanctions are estimated to cost North Korea $1 billion a year, or a third of its exports. The hope, Neil, the hope was that these sanctions would lead Kim Jong-un to come to the negotiating table sooner rather than later. And if today is any indication, it's more of the same, at least so far, from North Korea.
So do we know whether the administration, Bryan, is going to change its posture now? I mean, it was sounding very empathetic prior last week. I would imagine less so now.
Well, look, we had a graphic up during the hit just now in which we showed that these missile launches are sort of the norm now. And I would say that if this were an ICBM, you'll see that's 13 missile tests and 21 missile launches, on par to what we saw last year. These were short-range missiles. This wasn't the long-form or the long-range missiles that we had seen, the ones that could potentially reach Guam and North America. Now, the administration has said that they would unleash fire and fury if missiles were launched toward Guam. Given the fact that this seems to be more of the same from North Korea, I would expect us to stay monitoring the situation, as they said.
As an understatement, I imagine. Thank you, Bryan, very, very much.